Hey, CDAWG. I wanted to do your 1v1 replay before I did the 3v3 one, just because I know that the 3v3 one is going to be one I'm going to have to sit down for at least 14 hours, since I have to go over Sam stuff. So I wanted to get this one out of the way so I can focus completely on that one. So let's do it. But first, before I start, I just want to recommend that you watch Flakes. That's FLAKE. That's scuffed. Oh my gosh, I can't draw. I would recommend you watch Flakes. Look up Flakes RL on YouTube, like that. His mascot is a blue rooster, I think, right now. I'm not sure, but I think it's a blue rooster. Scroll all the way to the bottom. He doesn't have that many videos, but scroll all the way to the bottom. And his first episode of his 1v1 to Supersonic Legend without mechanics, it is there. I would recommend watching that episode and then the next one. But not all. You don't have to watch all of them. Just those first two, I think, gets the point across. That's when he's in gold as well. But you know, I'd like to warn you though, he's not very family friendly. He kind of has a foul mouth. He bleeps a lot of it out, luckily, but he's also very angry. Sometimes he goes off in rants, but other than that, he's just a very smart player. There's a lot to learn from his gameplay alone, but he gives tips the entire time. It's pretty great. So I'd recommend watching the first two episodes of that. I feel like that would help you a lot more than this. Not that this won't help, but that would help you a lot with decision making. Because with a lot of stuff that you do, I wouldn't have played it that way at all to begin with. So I'm just going to correct mistakes that you make. All right. Let's get into it. So we're going to switch to fly cam. Oh, missed it. Okay. Kickoff begins. You lose. Yeah, you could go for that. That's actually pretty good. The reason you go for this is so you can put it into your corner. You get boost and possession. So that was good. Your recovery was a little sloppy. That was all. Look. I personally wouldn't have landed like that, or I would have held my power slide a little bit. Just a little thing. You grab boost, you grab ball, take this slow. Very nice. You miss. Okay. Here. Okay. Here. Right. We're in this position. This guy's here. You see him. He's turned away from the play. You don't have to worry about him. What you're going to try to do here is you're going to try to be the one that goes up the wall for this ball. And you're going to miss it. Even if you didn't miss it, though, and you hit it, what's going to happen? This ball is going to go mid. And this guy is going to turn on it. And you're going to have to make a 50-50. You're just putting yourself in an awkward spot. You're losing your control over the ball. You're going to have to go collect it again. So don't even go up for this. Don't go up the wall for this. Wait for the ball to come to you. How I would do this play personally from this position, first of all, I'd be a little bit farther back. Not much, but just a little tiny bit farther back. That way, when the ball rolls down, it doesn't roll on top of your car. And that would be my first step. Second, I would let this ball roll down and over here. I would also let it roll, over to this area. Don't start, dribbling it forward. As of like right in this area where I'm hovering over. I'd want you to specifically roll out and around here, because if you start dribbling it at around the midway point, then you're just going to dribble it to his corner, and he's either going to go back post here and just wait for you, or he's going to challenge you in the corner, which could lead to the ball flying in some direction, not favorably. But what I would do in this position, 1, back up. 2, let this roll out. Number 3, I would take this ball and I would ground dribble it across. And then when this guy here, when he finally decides that he needs to go, what you need to do is cut around him. That's step 3, and this is step 4. 1, back up a little bit more. 2, but let it roll out and go so that you're on the right side of the ball. 3, take it this way, and then 4, wait for him to challenge and cut it around him. That's pretty much bread and butter ones. But what you're setting yourself up to do in this position is you're gonna miss this, and then you're gonna chase it down the wall frantically, and then you're not gonna have any control over it. You won't, you're just gonna be, the ball's in this position where it's more, it's more like it's controlling you than you're controlling it. You're gonna go up the wall for this. You're gonna frantically come back down, and you're not gonna choose whether or not you're gonna go this way or this way. You're just gonna go one of these ways. All right, let's see what happens, though. Oh, whoops. There we go. All right. Yep. Luckily, you're on the right side of the ball now, so you still have plenty of ample time to hit it mid. But, that's if you hit it now. Nope. And then you take it and see, you're going to have to dribble this, and he's going to 50 you right there. What you've done now is you pushed it into his corner, right? And he's just going to 50 you into the sidewall, and he's going to turn around, and he's going to get an easy clear. You could try to steal his boost here, which wouldn't be bad. Just depends on where the ball goes. You might not want to steal it. You might just want to turn if it's you lose possession that hard. But a good way, something to do instead if you get into this position. Another option is around here or a little bit before this, before you made this last touch. Front flip into it and try to hit it around him. If you hit it around him at the last second, he chases it up the wall himself, or he goes to net or whatever, and this ball rolls up here, and that's in a much better position. And you can steal his boost as that happens. But as of now, you're just going to hit this ball. This is probably going to go off of this and then back towards the corner, and he might get an easy clear. You don't have, it's not a full, you don't have like full possession right now. Okay. All right, let's see. Yeah, you challenge it, see what happens. Oh, wow, it bounced up the wall. Okay. Here, I wouldn't go up the wall for this. Yeah, you definitely went. I wouldn't go up the wall at all. I would stay grounded. Because he's clearly going near post here. You could ditch this. You've kind of given him possession, so you have no choice. But I would just stay around and shadow him a bit. Don't just leave him here. It's going in your direction. You guys are clearly going to get there at about the same time. I don't know. I would almost not go for this. And I'll tell you why. He hits this. Let's say in the situation you leave instead. He sees that you're in front of him, and he's a gold, obviously. And he comes up, and let's just say, he's probably going to boom it. Let's say he booms this ball. He booms it over you and everything. Well, if you're not turning around here and you instead, if the ball flies over you, but instead of going up for this, you grab the 100, you keep shadowing, then you grab your 100 back here as well. He'll have absolutely no boost. And you can, when you get to your corner, turn around, and you should have ball possession since he's booming it towards you, right? You'll have both boosts, and he's booming it towards you. He's going to have to leave or make a really bad challenge with no boost. That's what I would have done. But it's okay. You make that challenge really poorly. right here, right? Let's see that again, actually. You come down the wall and you turn on this. I wouldn't have turned on this, but that's okay. Here, this is not a time to dunk him, right? You know when we try to dunk people, just push it past them or whatever. When we dunk, we hard commit, right? We don't want to hard commit for this. We just want a 50, and we want to go up, and we want to jump, and then flip into it at the same time he does to try to push it past him. More than likely, the ball is going to go this way or this way. It'll tie if you 50-50 it, but that is better than what you did here. Because although it looks like you won by hitting this ball here and dunking him, all that's really doing is once the ball hits this wall, it's just going to fly right back. And where's CDAWG going to be? Well, he committed so hard that CDAWG is going to land here on this wall. Let's watch. Look how hard you committed to that. Look what he did. All he has to do is kind of sit behind it in this situation. Although he didn't personally make the best challenge. I would have jumped into it a little bit more. He jumped too late, but all he had to do is jump into it and wait for you to touch it into him, in that position. But you just challenge, you commit too hard to this. You should just 50 it, If you're going to go for this, 50 it. I wouldn't go for this, but if you're going to go for it, just 50 it. Because here, look what you're doing. Watch. Okay. You're literally using his car as a ramp when you jump like that. This is why we don't jump for challenges, right? Never jump for a challenge, right? Because what you're going to do here, like I already pointed out, he's going to wait for you to go, and he's going to jump when he knows that you've jumped. So he's jumping later than you are. He wants you to hit this. He wants you to hit this over him, right? Because when you go up and you hit this, you also use his car as a ramp. He's going to push you out of the way. This ball, again, is going to hit back wall and then return this way. So don't go up. If you're going to go up for this, just 50 it. You know how to 50-50. Just do a 50-50 and try to win it. Don't try to dunk him. There's no point, because you're just going to push it into this wall and watch what happens. Watch how much, watch how you lose this possession because you just overcommit. Look at this. This flies back. CDAWG's recovery is not perfect. This guy has 100 now. You have no boost. Well, you might have boost, but you didn't grab the 100, that's for sure. He has a 100 boost. You're struggling to get back. This guy, he had a clear shot there. He could have made it. Right about. So right here, he could flip into it a little bit sooner, flip into this, maybe take a shot. Of course, he's a gold, so he's not going to, and he's going to miss. But again, earlier, don't drive, just don't drive and jump into it. Flip into it, do something, block. You can't just drive challenge like that. You can't jump and fly into it like that. Don't do challenges like that. That's just going to lead to you using their car as a ramp and taking yourself out of the play and all kinds of weird stuff. Just flip into it. That way you can at least try to tie it and you won't lose so hard. Here he backs up. If he backed up less, right, in this situation, if he backed up less, maybe backed up to right there, and then boosted forward as he saw you commit, he might have hit it around you. I wouldn't have gone for this. I would have waited. I would have been shadowing, kind of, freezing around this area and shadowing him. Maybe throwing some fake challenges. Because an actual good player wouldn't be making this mistake. In fact, a good player might, see you coming now and flip towards this ball and try to put it past you. I don't know how hard you're about to commit, but it looks like as you're about to jump. Oh, no, never mind. You were good. But anyway, I wouldn't go for this. I just wouldn't. Even if this happens, I would wait. Maybe I'd wait until he gets his first touch. I shadow a bit and then wait for his first touch and then go, because he's in a panic mode. Maybe he's going to make a panic touch because he knows he messed up. Just shadow, At this angle, it's not a threat to your net. If he shoots it, it's going to be a really poor shot. He's trying to take it to your corner. Shadow him into your corner. Take your 100, and then you have full possession over the ball. You don't have to fight him for possession. And again, what happens when you challenge him like this? All he has to do is sit behind it, and you go for the same type of challenge all over again, where you just drive into it and jump. It doesn't work. You're literally using his car as a ramp. You fly off of him into the air. He just has to sit behind it and jump later than you, and he wins the challenge every time. Now you're in a position where you're all the way over there for some reason, and he's in this great position where he could take boost and ball right now, take possession and the boost. Let's see what he does. Yep, that was actually very good play for a gold. Look at this. Look, watch how he takes boost and ball in a single flip. Watch. Flips, boost, grabs, hits the ball, grabs boost. Single flip. His positioning isn't great, but he's ready. He's ready here to do a little bit of a. Hold on. This ball, he's ready here. He's positioned well. This ball is going to be traveling in this direction. If he wants to, he could come up and try to shoot it. It's a good position for that. He's put himself in a great position. CDAWG, however, let's see what CDAWG's done in the last 5 seconds. Okay. In this position, you should be going straight back to net. Oh, interesting. Yeah. So here's the line that I think you should probably take here. Let me see if I can just try to get this worked out. Okay. Here's the line that I'd recommend taking. I would never recommend swinging out like you did this far and then coming back around, because by the time you're back around, you're not going to get to back post in time. What I recommend, there's a 12 here, right here, that you can get. Get this 12, grab that 12, and then go back post. Another thing you could do is just grab this 12, rotate, and try to challenge him before he takes a shot. Just depends on how quick he recovers for the shot. You just got to be watching him for that. But anyway, I personally might just go back post here. I think that would have been fine. Take these two 12s and go back post. But what you've done here, let me draw this a little bit better. What you've done here, instead of going this route and being positioned well on back post, what do? Let's watch what route you take. Fly all the way over there, and then you return. Right? When you could have been to back post so much quicker. And why do you want to go to back post and not near post? Well, it's because, right, you're on back post. If you're on back post here, if you arrive in time at least, you have full coverage of this net, right? This will be like your range. You can pretty much save anything in this area. You're here, you can save everything in this area. You have pretty good coverage of the net, right? If you're over here, however, you got to turn around first to make the save or make a reverse save. So obviously this is a situation, this is a back post situation. But what you've done here is you've left yourself in this weird gray area, right? Because you didn't commit to a challenge, and you didn't go back post. So we're in the middle here. And what do people do when you're in a gray area? Well, they're just going to hit it over you, which I'm sure is what we're about to see. And I think it is. I can't remember what happened last night, but yep. And he just hits it over you. If he was accurate, he would have had that in. But he missed. Just an observation I'm making before this play even happens. You look like you're positioned. I would go to net here because it's rolling in his direction. But, yep. What you've done here again, you put yourself in another gray area. Really, there's no decision to make here. There's only one good decision. So there's no should I challenge him or not. This ball is rolling towards him off the wall. So don't go for this. Just go to net. In fact, this time you want to sit. You might want to sit. You could sit front post, as long as you're angled correctly, so that if he shoots it to this corner over here of the net, this side of the net here, that you can come out and get it. I would sit near post here, especially since that's where it would be. It would take you longer to get to back post. With the situation that happened before, it would take you longer to get to back post. I'd be sitting near post right now at least, and waiting for this touch, because what he's about to do is the same thing. You're in this gray area, which is a bit between like right here and right here, where you're in this weird area where you're not in the net and you're not challenging him. And what is he going to do? He's just going to hit it over you into this net. And you're just going to sit there and you're going to watch him. See, let's watch what happens. Yep. And if he was accurate, he could have had that in, and I'm sure you wouldn't have had it. But he misses, luckily. That's 2 opportunities that he could have hit. But anyway, here, commit to one or the other. Hits it over you. Again, this is a position where you commonly blank, but you put yourself in that position, right? Because you're backing up, you're doing all this reversing nonsense when you're just in the wrong position. You just didn't set the play up good for yourself. Here, he's clearly going to hit. If he was a little bit quicker to this, he could have hit it around you. If he turned like right now, he might have hit it around you. But he got there a little later than he should have. He should have worried about where you were. I wouldn't have dove for this, because not only are you probably not going to win, I mean, even if you do win this challenge, you're not going to get possession. Not only that, but you're committing really hard for this. I see. And he's going to get your 100 here, clearly. See? And you're flipping into it. In this position, I just wouldn't even go for this. I would wait. I would just creep up, wait a little bit. You don't want him to have to take your 100 and then get a free play towards net where he can hit it around you. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying what you want to do here instead. Hold on. When this ball comes up, it's this ball is moving closer to him than it is to you. So don't cross this line. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Let him hit this. He wants your boost. He's choosing boost over ball in this situation. Let him hit this. When he hits it, position yourself a little bit better. Move up just a little bit more forward to the left here. Let this ball come up and let it hit this wall. And then when it does, you go for it instead of him, because he's too busy grabbing your boost. Then you can hit it around him, and then he has to make a little bit of a retreat back. And then maybe you can get a second touch. But what you've done in this situation, although you won this challenge, you're just going to hit it hard into the sidewall. You flipped, so you committed pretty hard to this. You have to recover from your flip into this wall. You've hit into this wall really hard, and this is just going to center. And he's going to take your 100, and he's just going to be able to go take your 100 and go whoop, and then play this. Or if you hit it hard enough and it hits this corner, it's just going to play out this way, and it's going to give him possession again. Let's see what happens. Oh, I forgot. Yep, hit the corner. It's going to play out. You don't take the 100. You're fully committed because you flipped into this play, although you won the challenge, technically. But now you have to, you're going to grab this mid 100, and he has full possession. He's going to take it into his own corner. He should have grabbed his corner boost and done something with it, but he's going back to back post, which is fine, I guess. I mean, well, it's not fine. It's wrong, but it's good for you. In this situation, he's back post. He's going to go near post in a second. As he creeps up, I'd like you to try to hit it around him. Don't take an immediate shot. Let's see what CeeDawg does. Very good. Yep, and a nice clean shot. Don't do this, though, please. With your challenges, with your shots, I see a lot of the time you're doing this. You just jump into it and you do a spin. Don't even, there's some situations where you jump into it, but that's not one of them. Just side flip into that, or use free air roll to hit it with your corner of your car. Don't jump into it. It's wildly inconsistent. Am I playing? Oh, here we go. Okay. 50. This is technically your win. So even though it's on your side, because you can get to this ball faster, since it's in your half, as well as the fact you're in front of him. You're going to see these situations a lot, right? In 1v1s where this kickoff happens and it's kind of like this little tie here, right? Where it's not really going too far on one person's side, and then it's just really a race to this boost. I'd be weary if you can take this boost, absolutely. Just be weary because a lot of where this is going to bounce. If this ball goes up high enough, or if it's where it is now, I would say even it's going to bounce down in this general area, right? If it bounces in this area, I would absolutely go for the 100, and you don't have to worry that much. But if it bounces out further than that, further in this area, I'd just be careful because a lot of higher level players, and you've seen me done it before, I'm sure, they try to take a shot off of the sidewall bounce. They say, oh, well, if you're going to take the 100 here, then I'm just going to take a shot, as they should. And they punish you for grabbing boost and not paying much attention to the ball. But it just depends on how hard this ball's hitting this wall, how far it's going to come out. In this situation, I go for this 100. That's odd. I wouldn't have gone for the back 100. In this situation, here's some options you could have. Oh, whoops. Here's some options you could go with. Grab 100. Probably you should be good. This isn't going to bounce down to a shooting position for him, I doubt. You grab this 100 and then loop back around, and either he'll give you possession or you can challenge for it and you'll beat him since you have boost and he doesn't. You can also just try to grab this 12 and then turn on this and block his shot, or just go for it and let him have the 100. Since you get to this quicker than him, you can hit it past him, grab some 12s, and play offensively. Those are two options. Just don't do that, please. But anyway, because what you do here by going all the way back, you're losing this 100 boost that you could be taking from him. You're losing possession of the ball that was going to be clearly yours, or that could have been clearly yours. But you're just running away and you're giving him full possession of the ball and the 100 if he wants it. He's just very confused right now. He's just like, what? Why did he leave those two things for me? So he doesn't know what to do in his little gold brain. Here, this situation really wouldn't have happened if you wouldn't have gone for back boost. You're just very far away from the play. There's no way for you to shadow this since you're so far. In this situation, you just kind of have to sit net. You don't want to have to dive this. Because in this situation, right, what happens if this guy is, you respect your opponent, respect that he's going to hit the ball. Don't expect that he's going to miss or make a mistake. Like in this position, if this guy turns correctly here, with this bounce, he could hit it over you, right? If he turned correctly, he could absolutely hit this ball over you. And you're again in this gray area. But there's no challenge to be made. You put yourself in this position where you're in this back corner taking the 100. So when he has possession of this ball, you're only, you can't go up and start shadowing because he's making this play is happening. It's unfolding too quickly. So where you need to be is at this post so that you have full range of this net so you can make a save. Of course, you don't want to have to do that, but in this situation, it's a lot better than what you're doing where you're again in this middle ground. He's just going to pop it over you if he was good. So that's 3 times now that could have happened, where luckily he didn't capitalize on this mistake. But you can't make a challenge. I don't want you to die for this. If you die for this, he's just going to, good players will just pop this around you and then they'll really have an open net. So, yeah. Whoops. Okay. Sorry, I'm figuring out camera stuff. With the situation you put yourself in, once he made that mistake, of course, you're not supposed to be in this position at all to begin with, but, good shot. Again, with this, you can produce a shot more consistently with the same amount of power flipping into it than you can jumping into it like this. And you also spun, but I guess it's going in, so you can do all the spinning you want. But, again, just, try not to do that. Another 50-50. Let's see how it goes. Another kickoff. You win this completely. Although it goes in your half, it's a complete win for you. He has no boost. He's in the middle of nowhere. What I want you to do is I want you to boost. Oh, bad arrow, but you get what I mean. Here, I'll redraw. Boost. And then slow play this ball. Slow play it. Because he has no boost right now. If he challenges you, hit it past him. He has no boost. And then it's a free open net. If he doesn't challenge you, which he probably isn't going to do, then you have time to set up a shot, take it across field, and then cut in. But let's see what CDAWG does. We'll see if he actually does it. This is a good place. I would expect you to do a slow play here. If you just hit this really hard, I would definitely not expect that. This is just a very clear situation. So we'll see though. I've seen pretty worse from CDAWG. Yeah. Well, that's exactly what I didn't want you to do. Other than the fact you grab 100. Good on grabbing 100. Here, this guy has no boost. He didn't grab this 100. He didn't grab that 100. He just did kickoff. Look. I mean, my bad. I actually did this. Look. This ball is going up for you. Yeah, ball came on. You can still see this guy. He's pointed towards this way, to the left. But you should know he doesn't have boost. Watch your player. He just did kickoff. He doesn't have boost. He's very far away from this play. Wait for this ball to drop. I don't know how hard it's bouncing, or how many times it's going to bounce, or how high it's going to bounce. But just wait. If he comes for this, he doesn't have any boost. Hit it around him. What I would do though is, if the play goes the way I think it is, or it should, this ball drops. If he comes for it, and you're playing, if you could play this forward in this situation, if you wanted to play to his corner, you can make a corner play. If he rushes, flip into it, hit it past him, and then it rolls up the wall and around. That's a good position for you. Another option, obviously, would be taking it here, and then when he challenges, trying to cut to net. Or power shot. We're doing like a power shot, which hopefully you know what that is by this point. Rolling it and then shooting it. But in this situation, what you do is, we do this, I don't know why, I guess whenever we see an aerial, for the most part, when we're really high up, we get really scared that this guy is somehow going to magically teleport from point 1 to point 2, and you need to get there really, really quick. But he's all the way back here. There's nothing to worry about. There's no reason to go up for this ball. There's no threat. There's no threat of a challenge. Slow play this. Hopefully we don't see that again. Okay. Yep. Again, he was positioned really poorly. If he was in a good position, he could have been a little bit farther back and then just taken that as a pass. But it's fine. Passes this to himself. He's going to take his 100 and turn. If you're going to go, you got to commit to it. You got to boost. You got to be boosting right now if you're going to go for this ball. Because if you wait any longer, what's going to happen is, and I see this a lot, and I'm sure this is what's going to happen if you do go for this, because you're not boosting now. He's going to take this boost, right? He's going to turn on this, right? And you're going to start boosting somewhere in here, okay? And by the time you finally get to this ball, you're going to drive challenge each other or 50 each other on this wall. And what's going to happen is, if you win, right, it's going to fly into the sidewall. You're going to, and it's going to fly back this way. What happens if he wins, though? If he wins this challenge, if he grabs this boost, comes back, and you boost around this place, he grabs boost, and he comes up for this. If he wins this challenge, and you start boosting so late, and you give him time to get to this, it's just if he wins this, he's going to 50 and it's going to fly this way. Let's watch what happens. CDAWG starts boosting around there. He doesn't grab boost. Okay, that's surprising. But yeah, you drive challenging, and look at that. General rule, don't drive challenge this. Don't drive challenge it. If you do want to challenge this, if you want to challenge it that badly, first things first, go now. Go now. Right now. I would just start boosting for it. Go right now. He'll freak out. He'll panic. And then it'll roll up this wall. If you're in this position, though, and you need to make this challenge, if you made a mistake like this, jump into it and flip into it. Don't drive challenge. Watch you both drive challenge. You're just going to drive into it and you're just going to pinch it. That's all you're doing. Never ever do a drive challenge like this in his half of the field. It's not going to go well. If it's the other way around, absolutely drive challenge that. I'd expect it to go well for you. But what you've done here is you have to race frantically back. He is in a pretty good position. If he turns, he can take the mid 100 and then have offensive pressure. And you have to go back to net, or at least you should. Just depends on how quickly this ball goes. It just depends on the situation. But let's see. Okay. Interesting. Well, he just decides to go for this, which is probably smart. So let's see here. I want to point something out real quick. What you should be doing here, right? Let me actually see if this might be a better situation for player cam. What you should be doing is either when you end this flip, go to net, which might not be the best decision. I mean, just giving him full possession of this ball. You could go to net though, since the play is going to unfold in his corner, and then you could wait front post. See what happens. Or you could go this way, right? And grab the 100. You go straight to this 100 boost, and then when you get to that 100, turn sharp and boom this ball. I'm sure you get to it first because he's behind you right now. But what you do here, the mistake that you make, is that you swing out so far. Look at this. You know, you're putting yourself in these positions where you're in between the challenge, where the play is happening and where the net is. And look, and you don't even go for 100, and you swung out so far. By the time you get to this ball, you're going to get there at the same time, which we'll see. We'll see what happens here. But you just could have played this a little bit better. If you got the 100, you wouldn't have to challenge him. You would have just gotten clear possession, and he probably would have committed to this. You could have passed him, though. He misses the ball, which is why he's going to take your back 100 because you didn't take it. Luckily, I think you're going to... Oh, you didn't take the 100 either. I would just take the 100 in this situation, not worry about the ball, because you're not getting this ball on target right now. Anyway, if you're going to hit this ball, it's going to go across field. It's going to be a useless touch, and then he'll have possession anyway. I would just take his 100. Let him do this. Let him try to take it back. If you take this 100 in this situation and just wait a second, he's literally hitting it right in front of you. Here you challenge him again. Might not have gone for that challenge. Maybe hesitated, just paid attention to him. Because in the situation, he's literally sideways. He's not going to boom it over you or anything. Waited for him to touch it. If he does touch this ball, he's just going to pop it up for you. By challenging this, you're either going to hit it into him, or if you do dunk him in the situation, again, you're going to get another one of those positions where this ball flies on the back wall. Probably doesn't go in the net, but maybe if you get lucky, it flies into the back wall and then flies out, and he's here. So, whoops. Yeah. But anyway, he just sits there and he still kind of wins this challenge, which is funny. Here, he could hit it on the sidewall to himself for a self pass. He could go up and cut it. He has a lot of options here. You're shadowing right now, which is good. As he turns, you should be turning. By the time he's cut, you're reacting a little too late. Not only are you reacting a little too late to it, you're turning into this play, right? He could hit it past you, right? In this situation, he doesn't even have to hit it in the net. He just has to hit it past you. What I would be doing right now is instead, since he's moving in this direction, instead of turning this way in the first place, immediately turn this way and continue to shadow as best you can. In this situation, you basically ruined your shadowing. So you might just go to this front post here. And then, not only just go to front post, obviously, but looking in this direction because you want to have range on this net. But what you do is you turn into this. He doesn't, I don't think he hits it around you, though. I don't think he did, at least, right? No. See, in this position, right, look. Right here. He's right under this, Like, he doesn't hit it, but, you know, what if he did? You know, he could have easily hit that. It's literally right on him. What if he popped it? What if he jumped right here and popped it? What happens? You know, I know it. You know, I'll tell you exactly what happens. You're very committed to this. Your car is pointing this way, right? He pops this. It might not go in your net, but he's going to have, you know, a clear play towards your net, and you're going to be very confused. So don't turn towards the play on this. Continue shadowing. Turn quicker. Make a quicker turn here, and continue shadowing. Or just depends on what position you're in. If you ruin your shadowing, just go to net. It's the best you can do. Because if you continue shadowing and you shadow a little too close or a little too far away, he'll just flick it over you, or pop it over you if you're not in the right position. But anyway, let's continue. But you get lucky, you hit it. He turns. He's gonna have to try to clear it. You both miss. It's fine. Mechanical error on your both of y'all's part. It's good for you to hit this, you know, to the sidewall. Try to hit to the sidewall. I won't critique that too hard. Grab the 100. Great wall shot. Here you're playing a little too far up. I would say stick around this 12 here. Don't play so far up. Wait for his mistake to happen, because he doesn't like. If he were to hit this off the sidewall, right? And if you were even still, you know, around this area, this general area, even where you are right now, if he hits this off the sidewall, it's not going to magically go into your net. You know, you're going to be able to receive it if he hits it off the wall. But you start boosting into this. You know, you're clearly going to trying to go for a 50 here, when you can either wait for his mistake, or if he clears it, take his 100. You know, if he tries to clear it this way, if he gets a good clear that way, drive, boost, and take his 100, turn around, and you have free possession because he doesn't have any boost. Don't challenge this. Because right here, you don't know that it's going to be, you don't know that he's made a mistake yet, right? You think you're just going to try to pinch it in. Don't do that. By now, I would, you know, by the time that I see that he's passed this ball and he's clearly flying through this net, then I would turn and go, right? And then I take a shot. But you just went way too early. And you've left you both in a very precarious situation. Good. I mean, I'm glad you put it back. Take your corner boost. I wouldn't have done that, personally. You're just hitting it up to him. You're centering it for him, basically. Luckily, you get there first, and luckily he hesitates. He doesn't go for this. But in the situation, like, let's see how long you're on the back wall for. You hit it up. You're still on the back wall, technically, right here. If he were to boost as you were on the back wall, right? If he were to be boosting towards you as you were on the back wall, and he has this 100, by the way. If he were up a little bit farther, if he would have, you know, been a little bit smarter, I mean, this is a shot if he wants to take it. You know, if he's good enough, this is a shot that you gave him. You just gave him this shot. And of course, now you're going to have to dive and go for it, because you realize, oh crap, I just set this up for this guy. When what you should have done is just wait for this ball to roll down. Watch the other player. He's not coming for it. Do a little power slide turn yourself back around and towards the ball. You know, and let this ball drop. And then try to play it past him. Maybe side flip the ball up the corner wall around him, since he's so close to the wall. You know, don't do this though, because you're just panicking now. And he gets an easy shot. Okay. Another 50-50. Looks like it's a kickoff goal, which is fine. I'm not going to comment too much on that. That's fine. Okay, let's see what happens next. 50 each other. He wins. Like, this is a very clear win on his part. He can, in fact, a smart play might be to take your back 100 as this rolls over him, and then he'll have full possession, or go for this mid 100. In this position, you luckily go near post to make the right choice. So he should have gone for your corner and not mid boost. That's great. Great positioning. And you see that he's way too far away. He was boost greedy. Again, we jump for this, right? Look at him. He's too far away. You're passing it to him again. This is the second time this has happened. Watch. I don't even know. Is this the second time? I haven't counted. The 2 big times that it's happened that I've noticed so far. But again, you just hit it towards him. And you have a 100 right here, right? All you have to do is just jump, just go up, you know, jump, maybe even double jump and just tap it forward, and then grab your 100. If he comes up, again, we're next to the wall. It's a great time to try to use that side wall, side flip into it, try to get it around him, make him commit. But in this situation, you're just passing it to him. Luckily, he's a little too far up, so he can't do anything. But, he's in this position where if, where he could have hit that at the very least, So just be careful. He misses it, which is like the 10th time he's missed. But yeah. Here, I wouldn't shoot this because you know you're clearly not going to get the angle on net. What I would have done, let this roll into the corner here. It's going to roll up this half here, the corner of this half, the right half. You grab 100 here. This guy says, oh crap. Either he's going to try to challenge you or he's going to go to net. That's a much better position than what you've done here. Because what you're doing is you're trying to shoot this ball. When this ball is going about the same speed as you, you're trying to shoot this ball. And what it's doing is you're not going to get it in the net. Again, you're going to get it somewhere in this area, this vicinity. And what that's doing is, again, you're just fully committing. When you shoot, you're flipping. You got to recover from your flip. And you're hitting it towards this wall, and the wall, it's just going to bounce off the wall and come back. And this guy's going to say, oh, shoot, great. And he's just going to turn. Watch. See what happens. I bet that's exactly what's going to happen. Look, you pop it, and he turns. As you're recovering from your flip, don't go for this 100 in this situation. The second you notice it's behind you, you're behind this play, go. Leave. But he notices you just hit it off the wall for him. So he's like, sweet. And then he gets boosted ball. And you're frantically coming back to net. And this is you could go either back post or near post here. Back post at first might have been good, and then creeping up for near post, but near post could have worked as well. This is rolling, just, jump towards this, get on the wall, and yep, exactly. Great. Grab the 100. Please don't boom this. Actually, I take that back. I don't know if this is what you were trying to do in this situation. I feel like this is just a situation where you were making an awareness mistake, but it works out, actually. So what you've done here is he's playing a little too close, and you're shooting this. And that's actually not a bad idea if you hit it hard enough. Because although you're clearly, and since he's in front of you so far, and you're just not in a good position well enough to take a really great shot, this ball is going to roll towards his net. And he's going to have to intercept this. And he's probably going to have to make a fairly close save. And in that time, you can go up and you can take his corner. Sorry with all the arrows. I'm being a little bit confusing. But as this play is unfolding, and he's got to get back to this really quickly and throw himself at it and save it pretty last second, you can go up here, take his corner, and wait for his touch. Because he's going to have to touch it this way. Right. Let's see what happened. But you boom it. That's not bad. See, look. You're really making stretch for this. Here, you should already be going for this 100. Because if you're already at this 100, he's just passed it to you. But you have to, you jump at it like that. You could have been in such a much better position. You bump him. That's a very good bump. Here, since I bumped him, he's in front of this. He's in front of the play for him, right? Because when I say he's in front of the play, I mean from his perspective, he's in front of the play. Because he's trying to play the ball the other way, right? He's in front of his play. So immediately, once I saw he was in front of this play, I would turn. I would not go for this 100. Because again, you're putting yourself in a situation that if you do turn on this, you're just asking for another drive challenge. But you've given him possession when you didn't really need to here in this situation. Right. He takes the boost. You bump him. That's fine. But he has full boost here. You could have gone now. You could have had that full boost, by the way. Remember earlier, you could have had that full boost. He's got full boost. You could have turned there, though, as you saw that he was in front of the play. You could have turned and hit it past him up the sidewall and maybe had an easy shot. But again, given him possession, Not a great play by him, but since he knows he hasn't made a great play, he knows he has to play this across so that you don't get it. You should take your 100 and then wait a little bit here. Don't go up for this. Please don't. You don't have the 100. Did you even take the 100 here? Or is it this 100 boost? Is this the invisible boost glitch? Looks like you missed it. Not only do you not have 100 boost, you have 68, which is fine. I mean, that'll get you to it. But you don't have 100 boost. Don't fly up for this. Every time you fly up for an aerial in 1v1, you commit hard for it, right? Because any number of mistakes can happen when you fly up, right? You might hit it the wrong way. It might be an accuracy issue. Even if you hit this perfectly towards his net, he gets a free ball, and as you float down, don't fly up for anything like this in ones. In fact, you'll see that a lot of ones players ones is pretty much it's a very ground game. It's very much a ground game. Especially in lower ranks, all the way up to champ. It's pretty ground based. So don't aerial for this at all. Wait for it to bounce. If it bounces, it pops up, and you can boom it over him, right? I don't know if I would slow play, because in the situation, right, he's turning towards the play, right? So if you try to slow play this, if you wait for this ball, hold on. If you wait for this ball, right? He's pointing towards this play down here. You can't see him, but he's pointing towards this play. This ball is coming down, but if you try to catch it, he's just going to challenge you the second that you catch it, right? So you do want to shoot this. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to bounce. Maybe you shoot it instead, or put it towards his net, maybe when it's like right here, because he's so close to the play. You know, and he's turning into it. But I would just let it bounce. Pay attention to what he's doing. Let it bounce. Go earlier and try to hit it in the air if he goes for it before it bounces. And the second it bounces, then you can boom it towards his net, since he's moving towards your play. But anyway. Yeah, see? Okay, but then you just aerial for this. Even if you would have hit it, you would have passed it to him again. You would have caught it probably, or hit it towards this wall, gotten boosted ball again. But you go up for it, you miss, you make a mistake, he gets an open net, he misses. That's another opportunity that he's had that he's missed. By this point, he's actually had more good opportunities on net than you have. You've just gotten very lucky that he's made a lot of big mistakes. Let's see that again. Okay, you play it to the side, that's fair. Grab your 100. Yeah. Again, that's another situation. You don't have to slow play it. You can just lob it over him. You know, you're close enough, you can lob it over him. Try to lob it over him. If he saves this, it's going to be awkward for him. I would take this corner boost and then play it again. But you get it in. Very nice. Okay, another kickoff. Let's see how this one goes. Looks like it's going to be another kickoff. Nope. Because you can see at the bottom when the goals are. I just thought it'd be a kickoff goal since it happened so fast. Good rotation by you. You can swing out this far and grab 12. That's fair. Since you can see that he's not going for this ball. If he was going for the ball, I wouldn't swing out so far. But in this situation, I don't know if you were being aware of the play or not. I'm just unsure at this point. If you had awareness of him or not. But if he was closer to the ball, I would swing in. If he wasn't, then grab 12s and swing out. Very good. This isn't a bad place to be. If he shoots this ball, you're pretty deep in net, so you can come out and grab it. That's not bad. I'm not going to talk too much about that. He misses, gives you an open net. It's fine. Okay, we're 5-1. So we basically won this game by now because, I don't know. Unless he gets a billion kickoff goals. Another one of these positions where you're in the lead here. The ball rolls up the wall. You can get to the 100 first. I don't know why you do this, right? You can just make sure you're watching your opponent. Here, just make sure you watch where he's going. You can see. You just need to do rear cam. See that he's going for this 100. You're about to do this or something like that. I don't want you to do that. What I want you to do is just go straight for the 100. Don't worry about this flip. Go to the 100, and then sit here for a second. Let this ball roll down. Play towards net. Let's see that again, though. Let's see what you do in comparison. I'd like for you to go straight for this 100 boost. Something like that. Let's see what CDAWG does. Swings all the way out, right? Don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. Here, don't boom it. Very good, very good. You slow down a little bit for this. Here would be a good time. This is a really great opportunity actually for you to cut this and not 50 it towards his net. Watch. You know, at this point, just, you know, hit it one more time. Okay, and then here, go instead. Go to the left of the ball a little bit, and then cut in. But what you do is you sit behind it for too long, and all you end up doing is dribbling it towards his net. And he's just too close to his net, right? If he's farther away, if he's up here in this general vicinity, then 50 him is fine, because if it goes left or right, it's fine. But if you 50 him so close to his net, it's most likely just going to, you know, go into to become a slow corner play, left or right. You know, he's sitting so far back in net. He's waiting for you to take a shot. He's just waiting for you to take a shot. You know, in his mind, best case scenario here, he wants you to 50 him because that's where he has the highest possibility of success. You 50 him. Again, you fully commit for this. You know, it's fine though. I'm not going to comment too much on that. But he's clearly on his goal line. He's clearly going to block this. And you flip into it so hard. You just go off, but it's fine. You cover very well. I'm not going to comment on that. That's fine. You grab his 100. He comes on a net for this. Turn. Shot. Very nice. Great. Hopefully this last minute, 19 seconds goes by really quickly. Let me actually see how long I've been recording for. 56 minutes. Okay, we'll hurry through this last minute in 19 seconds. Whoops. Okay. Nice. Here. Yeah. Here you could have shot it actually, funny enough. Just depends on your angle and your positioning. But here he's clearly swinging really far out. By the time you get up to this, you could try to shoot this. Because it would really test his defense here. If you slow play this again, by the time you're not going to be cutting around him or anything from this distance. You just don't have enough space. So you're just going to have to end up 50ing him. And if you 50 him again from this distance, he wants that. That's where he has the highest possibility of success with this. He's going to walk away, you know? All he has to do is block and then put it into one of the corners. Yep, exactly. And not only do you lose this 50, you lose it hard. He misses luckily, and he does this weird voodoo magic where he turns around. You don't go for this 100. You don't slow play this. Watch. Be aware of your opponent. He's turning around. He goes for this 100. He misses it. Doesn't matter though. You're booming this. And you're just gonna put this. Look, you're just gonna put this mid. Grab the 100. Let this roll up. Take your time. Again, you just put this mid, which is fine. I mean, it worked out. He wasn't positioned well. He took 5 minutes to get that boost pad, but it's fine. You play it up. This flick, try to incorporate that a lot in your games. You'll see that there's a lot of opportunities where you can incorporate this little flick. You don't have to dribble it on top of your car. Just flick it over him. Sometimes that works. That was not a good position to do that because you're just giving him possession. He's just going to cut and play towards your net. You're also a little too greedy here for this boost. A little too confident in your ability to flick that over him. He's just going to play this forward. Again, another opportunity, offensive opportunity where it's open. And he's just going to miss. Oh, he turned himself around somehow. But there's just so many opportunities that he had. He just made mistakes that you just got very lucky that he just, didn't put it accurately on net. You turn. It's fine to put this into your corner like this. I would not be on the back wall. I wouldn't do that either. I would just wait, let this ball drop, right? Let this ball go down. The second it goes down, catch it, push it into this 100, 50 him in the corner. If you 50 him in the corner, it's most likely going to go out this way. Or try to play it up the wall and hit it, or like side flip it up the wall and hit it around him. I don't know. Those are good options. But what you've done here is you're committing again. This is just very hard committing with no boost. You don't have any boost. The 100 boost is right there in front of you. You could have taken it and ball pressure, but you go up this wall and you make this horrible clear that's just going to be a pass. You give him full possession. Again, luckily he doesn't really have any boost either. But if he did, if he would have grabbed a mid 100 or something, that was an open net for him. No, he has some boost. Never mind. You go up. That's a good cut, not taking it up the wall there, because that would have been a little bit hard for you. Here, playing it past him here, that's good. Again, it's just another one of those little things. Don't jump into this, please. Just front flip into it. I mean, it's going to get the wall the same distance, the same speed, and everything. Nice. I mean, jumping at that's not a bad idea. Maybe try to play it around him. Now steal his 100. Very good. Turn. I don't know if I would have turned there. You just stole his 100 in the back. He has no boost, right? He just used a bunch of boost down the wall. He's in front of it. What I would have just done, just let him give you free possession. I mean, if he would have messed up on the wall, he would have had this again. Let's see how close he was. He might not be, it might have been a good challenge to make. Yeah, never mind. No, it's good that you challenged us. I didn't think he was so far in front of it. But yeah, here he's clearly in front of it, so good. You challenged. I was thinking if he was a little bit farther behind, he might have been able to hit it behind you. But he's just too far up. This is good. This is fine. He has no boost. He should go near post. He does a weird rotation, so when he's going to try to save this ball, he's clearly going to be pointed in the wrong direction. Yep. And you are kind of on the back wall here for some reason. Again, you do this weird flip off the wall. You don't need to. Just drive down the walls. Be slow about it. He's pointed in the wrong direction. It's a great time to just pop it over him or try to pop it over him or side flip it up the wall around him. I don't know. Just do something. Just don't. Again, it's kind of like almost like passing it to him. Turn on this once you see that he's fully committed and missed. Nice little shot towards the net. Nice try. That's a mechanical mistake. It wasn't a bad ball to go for, trying to 50 him on the goal line for a goal. It's 6-1. It's fine. He hits this around you. That was a good little touch by him. Here, again, we're in this gray area. But I wouldn't have even gone for this in the first place. What you might have done here, a really good play you could have made, a really smart play. Here, you can see that he's popping it this direction. A good play to make. Oh, hold on 1 second. I got a text. What I would have done in this position, I would have gone this way, shadowed him, since he's bringing the ball this way as well. You take his 100, which is his boost, and then you shadow him back towards the net as well. That way you get free, easy possession, because since he has no boost. But what you do is you do this. You miss the 100. He has boost. He still has boost. And by the time you challenge, by the time you're actually challenging, you're not in net. You're not actually, you're not shadowing. By the time you actually want to challenge, he's, you're in a really bad spot. He's just going to, again, just hit it around you. Luckily, I don't think he's going to follow. Oh, he does follow this in time, I think. And again, you should be very frantically coming back for this. If this situation happens, and you're like, oh crap, good half flip. By the way, I will notice that. Instead, it's 7 seconds left on the clock. You don't even need to get a good clear. You just need to get a clear. So just go around it, and then try to clear it this way. By just jumping at it or whatever you're doing, you're just going to clear it this way, where he's waiting. But you end up missing. And he gets a goal. That's fine, though. 5 seconds left. This replay is basically over. Okay. Yeah, he wins the 50. He shoots. He misses. But yeah, hopefully this helped, man. I know this one's a little bit long. I would do it I'll let you know, since obviously this is at the end of the video. So that doesn't even make sense to say. But hopefully you do it in pieces. Oh, I'm yawning. Hopefully you do this in pieces, because this is quite a long video to do in one sitting. But I mean, I think there's a lot to learn here. I think you just naturally pick up 2s and 3s rotation a little bit faster. I think 1s is just generally harder for people to pick up, so it's hard to learn. But it's good to learn. A lot of these positions you'll see in actual games, not actual games, in 2v3 and 3v3 matches. You can use a lot of these you'll be in a lot of these situations where you can take advantage of your opponent who doesn't know a lot of the stuff. Anyway, Hope this helped, man. I think I'm going to end it there. I don't think there's much else I need to say. I would just say in this game, I wouldn't say it's lucky that you won. It's just that you were definitely, he made a lot of mistakes, and if he didn't make those mistakes, I think it would have been a very, very close game. He might have even won this. This scoreline would have looked very different. Since you were in a lot of positions where you made the big mistake, and he missed the shot, and a lot less positions where he made a mistake on the back line, and you missed the shot. There wasn't a lot of missed shots by you. There's at least 5 or 6 missed shots by him that were very clear open nets. But anyway, man, hope this helped.